So I wrote the essay first and then sent it to Jess, and together we brainstormed different images to use. And what was really great about collaboration was that our language for art were different. I came from the written essay, Jess came from moving image, and it was that collaboration that was so inspiring.
And the ability for both of us to come together, just two of us working intimately, we were able to just sort of experiment with what she had written and what visuals she was looking for. And she was really great at being able to ask me what I thought, and it just sort of worked really well.
It's nice to work in the moment too. Jess is about editing in real time and changing plans if we see an image, and that's so great. There's an image of an eagle that just happened because we were in the park at that time. The essay was written last winter during one of our longest and most challenging winters to get through, and I was really moved by the idea that we as a society continue as business as usual, even though our landscape is really asking us to do something different if we have an intimate relationship with that landscape, and that's hibernation, and we were forced to stay indoors, and I felt to take that experience and move it to an art form.
I also felt that the essay you had written and then how we just sort of incorporated into this film, there were so many other interpretations that someone else could walk away with. And I had that myself, and I thought that was pretty cool.
And winter is also beautiful. It's both
Yes.
beautiful and harrowing and challenging to get through, so there were so many different ways to approach it through film.
Filmmaking itself is a social medium. An audience is going to see it. So I think I'm always working from that frame of mind, that framework. But the film itself, a video essay or a video poem, is a very personal thing, and so it's coming from a very central place. And I think that's really the energy of this project.
As a writer, often when you write from an intimate space, you're getting at a core of a human condition, and that is inevitably shared by other humans. So just by writing honestly, you know that somebody else connects with it too.
There is something more than fluorescent lighting and heat registers.
I'm the speaker of the essay and the character in the film as well, and we deliberately chose to withhold the image of my face until the moment in the woods, I think for a few different reasons. One, it's the climax of the essay where I'm marching through the woods naked and finally realize that I'm here and I'm present in this experience. And at the same time, winter prevents you from being social. Most people stay inside, so it was part of keeping that face absent. So I'm both a poet and an essayist, and I started writing this piece quoting Wallace Stevens' Mind of Winter poem. And the first time I heard that poem, it was from a professor who was from Texas, and I just couldn't get over his drawl and the experience of winter. So the I voice is central to my experience and winter.
When I'm personally working on a film, often enough I'm doing it by myself, and this was actually the first time that I worked collaboratively with somebody. I usually work where I'm working by myself with the camera, and I'm getting into it, and it's instinctual, and I sort of applied that in this situation where we were out in the woods in the cold, and
It was cold.
It was cold, and we just sort of worked off of that, and it was spontaneous, but at the same time we did location scouting, and it just worked really well for both of us.
I remember the first time at least I was happy for snowfall, I think in May last year, because we needed an extra image of the ice dam on the roof, which had melted, and thank goodness it got cold again.
Yes.
I was relieved to get that image for the video.
Yeah. I feel like this project we were definitely 50-50 on. It wouldn't have worked if it wasn't for both of us.
Definitely.
Katie came to this project with something very creative and very visual, and we were able to apply it on film, which is super amazing and exciting.
And Jess had that artist eye that we both, I think, benefited from seeing image work, and really out of collaboration, a friendship came out of it. And since then, we've done another video, and it's been a great experience.
Yeah. it was definitely something that I've been looking for in terms of a filmmaker. I think the experience of editing the film, that was definitely another element to it. So we got out there and we filmed it, but when we actually sat down to edit, it was even more collaborative. We emailed the images back and forth for a little bit, and then we actually sat down for a good 3 to 4 hours and even longer over time to get the sound right. But we sat there together and edited the film and picked and laid it out together.
I think also just choosing the order of images wasn't exactly clear when we initially started filming. So the editing process, it wasn't one linear experience. It was collaborative and it was a lot of fun.
And intimate. When Katie initially emailed the text to me, I broke it down shot by shot. And I think that's what you were kind of looking for in a partner, was being able to have that visual eye and being able to find certain parts in the text where you could change from images to images. And I did do that beforehand. So there was definitely some structured elements to it. But when we actually got down to it, just kind of let it live on its own.